What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. Welcome to Coffee and VR, coming at you right now.
Finally, Saturday morning, one of the biggest days I wait for all week. Got the coffee. Chat is kind of popping off a little bit this morning. We got some pretty big topics to talk about. I think one of the biggest things this week was this whole Steam Deck thing, and you know, the VR community is kind of going crazy. Our Discord's been going crazy. I've seen Reddit, Twitter, all kinds of stuff going crazy. I can't wait to get into some of the talks about that. I think some of the expectations of what people are thinking versus maybe what some reality, as well as some hidden things that maybe people didn't think about when it comes to VR as far as the Steam Link. That's going to be exciting to get into. Yeah, but some of that coming up later. A bunch of stuff to get into today. What's some of the stuff you've been playing this week?
Played some Pop 1.
For sure, always.
I keep wanting to get back into American Truck Simulator. I didn't get back in this week.
We're going to get into some of that because I need some explanation. So we'll get into some of that. It's
been awesome. I've kind of been waiting on this last update to, I feel like, make this game epic. And another reason why you need to get in there with me. Whatever, I'll get in with Jams. We'll get in there and play some if you won't. But we'll get into why. And other than that, I haven't been playing a whole ton of VR. I've been working on some car stuff still, kind of in the background. Yeah. I still have like exhaust to put on tomorrow and stuff. So yeah, still busy.
Nice.
But
yeah, I played quite a bit of stuff. I mean, yeah, we're gonna talk about the Kayak, the Mirage Kayak game. Played some of that this week. I played some a Township Tale. I got into some of that. I need a lot more time in that to really learn the full aspect of that game. We do have a giveaway going on for that game in the description, so check that out, as well as 2 DecaMove. 2 of these little bad boys right here, 2 of these given away, so check out that link as well. But yeah, Township Tale, I've gotten through the intro. I've played a little bit of the game. I feel like there's just so much to learn. We'll get into some more of that as well as I did play some Population 1. I flew through some of the rings. Not quite as exciting as I thought it was going to be flying through the ring. I just read Wolf Raza said rings are weird in Pop, and I haven't grabbed them all yet. The problem is that it's a lot more. As you're playing the game, it's difficult to go after them rings because you're flying through the sky, flying through these rings, and you're an open target. It's like you almost need to go into the game just thinking, I want to go in and get all the rings. I don't care about actually playing this match, and I don't love to do that, right?
But there's not that many. So I feel like you can kind of just wait till, you're jumping in a map, and maybe that's close to where your pod's dropping or something. I don't know.
Think they show up when your pod... I haven't seen them as
initially,
but they're so sporadic too. They're just kind of random all over the place. There's like 3 or 4 rings here and there, but still a cool idea. I still love the idea that the updates and stuff that come out all the time. But I do need to grab all those rings probably. But I still just love the game. I played that. I played it last night some with Babelford, I think. It was just a random guy we started playing with. He's really cool. Him and a girl that he plays with, I think she was from Canada. Played with them a couple rounds last night. That was pretty fun. But let's get into some of this American Truck Simulator stuff, because you keep telling me about this game, and I'm like, I hang on, I don't see the draw on this. You got to explain this to me, because I don't see the draw of hopping in a semi truck and just driving. Like, I get it for racing, racing, you're going fast around a track, all this stuff. So you got to explain American Truck Simulator to me, please.
So it lets you live in like this world where, it's not like cars, it's not like going into a Seto or something where, you're ripping through, just slamming gears. You're actually having to think about your gears and slow down. You could have a huge, load on the back. You could have multiple trailers on the back. So it gets very taxing. And then as well as I like to go the full simulation route and do the actual like unloading where you back the truck up to where it needs to be, which is very difficult. And then a lot of times, like if I miss like an entrance to a place or something, it's really hard to get turned around. So you really have to be careful. But you can see here, the map is huge with all the expansions, which I do have. And you have to save up to the point where you can buy your own truck. and then you start, making your own money and
so
stuff.
This is like
right
legit
now, working for people.
simulator. Like this is like legit how the real world works. You work out, you start with a truck that's not yours. Eventually you get your own truck. You put all these cool lights and stuff on it, right?
The last I was going down the highway and there was a weight check-in and I almost missed it. I'm like slowing down as fast as I can to get into this thing, ripping in there, slowing down, pull onto the weigh station. They approved me and stuff. So I kept on going. But, if you pass it, like you get, fined or, get a ticket, stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun at night. It's amazing visually. It's gorgeous. Like sunset is awesome. It really is.
And they're coming out with a multiplayer update, right?
So it's already out. Multiplayer dropped. So
it's
the
like
problem,
beta, right?
Well, so it used to be. So multiplayer was in beta, and so was VR. So the problem was you can only be on one basically beta channel. So if you wanted to play in VR, that was it. Well, now with the official release of multiplayer, you can still be in the VR beta and play in VR with other people. So that's what I really want to hop in there, to do with you. But I know you're stubborn about it, and you never like to get your wheel out and stuff. And I hear it all the time. But
that'll be changing soon, though.
There will be no excuse.
Once the yaw is here, there's no putting that thing away, and it's going to be out all the time. So I mean, anytime you want to hop in there, I'm going to be ready to go. But I do think this is going to be fun in the yaw.
Not a Tree in chat said would rather play Knitting Simulator VR, but actually, this is a lot of fun. It really is cool because you have to take, you really have to think about what you're doing, with the gears and stuff, with wide turns. It's more than just a driving thing, but it is cool. You do definitely have to like simulators and stuff.
Can you really have coffee in the cup holder, like in that trailer thing here?
I never tried to drink it, I guess. I don't know.
That's the most important thing to me. But yeah, right. I mean, I'm cool. Sure.
You have nav. I mean, it's awesome. The customizations on it, the trailers, you can get realistic skins for like, FedEx and all the companies and stuff, billboards, stuff like that. It is a lot of fun. Though you definitely have to like Sims, I would say.
Yeah,
to try.
It looks cool. And I'm sure there's people in chat that have tried this. I know there's other people that get really into this game, like hardcore into this game. So let me know. Let me know why you love it as much too, because I'm kind of on the fence of. I mean, it does look cool. Like, graphically, it looks awesome. I can understand somewhat appeal, but I don't know if this is something that's going to pull me in very hard. But we'll find out. I'll have to give it a try. I will have to give it a try.
I think it's fun because I like to push the speed limits and stuff and hope to not get a ticket and all that stuff. So, yeah, exactly. It's that part's fun, but it will be cool in the yaw. I'm excited for that because you'll get that pitching of forward and stuff when the truck's, hitting hard and stuff. You get a trailer, pushing you and stuff like that. So
for sure,
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And speaking of, it's they did drop the actual price for pre-orders and stuff now too. So you are going to be able to get that. I think it is out already on their website.
The pre-order, you can pre-order it, I believe.
Pre-order. So yeah, if you guys do still want to pick that up, I highly recommend it. I waited till the bitter end, but
$13.90 still isn't a bad price for what this is. I mean, that is for like the base model, without the chair, the seat, and everything. You have to add some of those things on, but still to get in for $13.90 still seems like a pretty decent deal. And I wonder if they're charging. I'm guessing they're charging shipping on top of that too, because the shipping really is what kind of gets you. That was like $200 to ship the thing. That's kind of painful, but goodness, German Rifter, welcome. He said 1,000+ hours in American Truck Simulator. I mean, if you got 1,000 hours in that game, it's got to be good. I mean, it's got to be pretty fun.
It is, and it's cool because you get this progression and stuff, and doing jobs, and the farther you go, and the bigger the tougher the load, I guess you would say, the more money you make, stuff like that. So.
Well, I mean, I'm a lot more interested in it for the fact of the multiplayer. That always, if we even, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to ride shotgun, but I'm totally down even to just ride shotgun in the truck, and I'll just ride with you. You can drive. We could both be in our yalls. How cool would that be if you could still get the movement and stuff sitting in the passenger seat? I'd actually probably fall asleep. No joke. If I'm riding shotgun in the semi truck in the yaw and I got that movement, I'm falling asleep because if I'm not driving, even if I'm driving, sometimes I just straight fall asleep. So
you're gonna use that like rocking chair setting on there that they're adding.
Yeah, there you go. James said pop a podcast on and go trucking. We should do the podcast from inside the truck simulator while we're just cruising along. We'll just do that'd be sweet.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. It would definitely be fun, but I want a convoy. I want to see you driving with me. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm totally down. We can race our semi trucks. This is something we didn't mention last week. I just saw it in here, but the Quest referral thing. You wanted to mention this last week. I don't think we brought it up, but there is this store credit. You get $30 store credit for basically referring somebody to pick up a Quest 2, right?
Yeah. Right, which I think is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, I refer everybody anyways, so I mean, I guess I could be, making bank on this, but
I mean, you do it twice per month.
Is that
so
what?
that's
Yeah,
$60. Yeah, $60 to spend if you can get enough people into VR. I think the weird thing when I looked into this on the app, it looked like you had to refer them through Facebook. You like send a link. I don't know if there's another way to do it, but I mean, I don't really use Facebook for what it's meant to be, so I don't really have friends.
I know. Can we get like back paid for like everybody that picked up?
Right. That'd be cool. Man, I would never have to pay for another game again on the Quest.
That's probably true. I know. Yeah, we buy games probably. But yeah, I mean, it's a good way to get something back. I mean, if you're referring somebody anyways, go in, make the link for it, give it to them, order it, good to go. Yeah. Get you something. Get you a game out of it.
No doubt. A couple games, because sometimes, I mean, a lot of times Quest games aren't too expensive, so that is the one nice thing. Let's talk a little bit about A Township Tale. We do have the giveaway going on for this. It's a great price. So we got the giveaway going on for this. For the giveaway, when you sign up, sometimes we like to ask a question. Let us know what you think of those questions. It's just fun for us to go back and read through everybody's answers. In this one, we essentially asked, which one of these MMO RPG games, these Quest titles on the Quest are going to really pick up and take off, because there's a lot of these coming out, between Orbis and Zenith and Elysia and this one. There's a ton of them, and they're not all going to be able to survive and really flourish, I don't think. There's going to be ones that are going to catch on that people spend a ton of time in, and those are going to be the ones that really make the money. I'm curious to see which one people think that's going to be. And I guess not. I mean, it's hard to say right now because not everybody's got to play all of those. But it's an interesting thought,
I don't know. I guess to me, none of them really still grab me yet. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a little pickier about it. Maybe I want some of the, console. I don't know. Maybe I come from that. Like I want to see it look like, Destiny or something, or even though that's not a true, I mean, I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah. Honestly, I think A Township Tale, the core idea of the game draws me in more than some of the other ones, because I like the idea of, you're building this town and you go in there with other people, and you build this thing basically from scratch, and you have jobs to do, whether it's blacksmith or, cutting down trees, whatever it is. The problem with these kind of games is that I can never get into them too much, especially nowadays, in VR, is just the time it takes to really grind out, to really learn everything you need to do, get everything going, and then, hop back in there all the time, which I had, if I had the time, really got to
keep you in.
If I had the time, I do like this game. That being said, I haven't got to play it a whole lot yet. I've done the tutorial, I've went into the game a little bit, but there's so much I have to figure out. I'm like, what the heck, like, how do I do all this stuff? Right. And there is a wiki, if you want to look up some things, there is a wiki for this game that'll kind of give you a little bit more stuff going on. So, but I don't know. I think this one is pretty cool. We do have the Gleam giveaway going on. I'm sure people have played it now because it is out. It's only $10 on the Quest. It's free to play actually on PC VR, but you get like 1,000 talons or whatever it is, their currency on the Quest. You get that in-game money when you buy it on the Quest. But
so, I've said this a lot in the past too, but I feel like games need to be priced that way. I feel like games need to be priced cheaper on the Quest because it's a growing market, right? And it's small. So the more games you can sell, the more, people are playing it, the more it's shared, stuff like that. So I feel like that $10 or $15 price point is where a lot of those games should be, unless they're top tier. I understand that.
Yeah.
At $30, maybe $40, but I think it's a great price. I really
and even
do.
this game, there's in-game currency stuff you can buy. So I think that is a lot of the, where they're going to make a lot of their money and stuff too. Absolutely. But I mean, I'm curious to see what people think of A Township Tale. I think it is pretty cool. I don't know how much time I'm really going to spend in there, but if somebody's been super into this and you want to jump in sometime, I would love a little bit further tutorial, so I don't have to spend a ton of time trying to figure out how to do everything by myself. You know what I mean?
True.
Like there's so much,
just learning.
Blacksmithing stuff and all these things. But it is cool. Cutting down the trees, using the hammer of the stone hammer you put together to actually put the bag together. The hit zones are kind of weird. Like when you're nailing the nails in, it could feel way better. Like it feels like you have to be pinpoint on this one spot, or you're hitting it. It doesn't really count as putting it in there. It's a little janky still, I think, but overall I think the game is pretty cool, and I think I think this one may catch on. I saw Gaming Science Teacher said I think Zenith coming out on top, but that's just a guess. I mean, it's really too early to tell at this point for sure. But
Mepper just said Zenith's holding a server test at 3 p.m. and I don't know if that's Eastern or Pacific.
I think they're getting ready to do their round 2 of beta testing. So this is like round 2. I saw a message from them. But really, where these games shine are with friends. When you get friends in there and you're working together to do things. And I mean, that's really what these games are all about. By yourself is only so much fun. But Paul P. Jr. said blacksmithing takes time. I heard before somebody was telling me that it can take like 30 minutes to to grind out, you know, a blacksmithing axe or whatever you're doing sometimes. And that's intense, but sometimes I think that can be kind of cool too in a way, but it's just the time commitment with these games, but it is cool.
But once you get into it, you want to put more time into it, you know, like just like American Truck Simulator, you know, putting 1,000 hours in, you want to put more time because you're saving money. I can't tell you the amount of time I probably put into Minecraft. Just, you know, playing and grinding stuff out and trying to build stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Tonica, $5 super. Thank you for that. Says best show on YouTube, 1:15 a.m. in OZ. Kids and wife sleeping. Time for a cup of coffee. That's awesome. It's crazy the time zones. Like the time zones always mess me up. Like it's so wild how different it can be depending on where you're at. But thank you so much. Thanks for joining.
Yeah,
we appreciate the kind words.
We really do. Yeah.
So Chris 9989 said Township Tale is janky. Doesn't explain nearly enough in the tutorial, but it's fun. And I agree with that. And it definitely still has some jank. I mean,
there's enough stuff in it though to keep you busy and keep you going.
Yeah, but there is, even in the tutorial, you have to read a lot of the boards and stuff like that and kind of just figure out, you know, what does what. But it is still a learning curve. Even, I mean, it's definitely not completely holding your hand even in the tutorial, and it can take a little while to figure everything out of what you got to do and stuff. But
I kind of like that. You know, some people want to be told everything. I kind of like to figure it out because I'll get partway through, or you know, you get in with somebody and they do something, you're like, I didn't know you could do that.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of the fun,
kind of the community aspect of it. You got to help each other out, and somebody's going to know more than you know. So I think that is kind of the way, you know, to
or hidden stuff. I mean, like in the beginning when Minecraft came out, I don't even think there was any way to find out how to craft unless you went on the wiki, basically, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, Minecraft is that's an in-depth game.
Still,
I mean, there's a lot to that game, and I feel like these VR games are going to be that way too. You know, there's a lot to them, but it did take me a little while to figure out some things. You can see I'm doing this tutorial here, and I was like, what am I supposed to do sometimes? You know, and then at first I'm like hammering it and like it's making the smacking thing, but nothing's happening. The nails aren't going in, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like right here, you can see I'm like smacking it and it's doing a little thing, but the nail's not going in.
Right.
I'm like, am I holding it wrong or something? Like, what is going on? So I don't really know. It went in easier there, but it's still
just takes time.
It's still odd, and the hit zones are definitely kind of weird. But hopefully they keep working on the game, you know, and it keeps getting better and better. But it's kind of cool. Chopping down trees and stuff is cool. I mean, it's kind of neat. But
absolutely.
So sign up for the giveaway though. There is a giveaway for the game. And if you haven't joined the Discord, make sure you join the Discord, because sometimes we just randomly give stuff away on there. We have a giveaway bot that I absolutely love using because it's just so easy. And so we'll pop stuff on there, and the giveaway bot just it posts it, and then you just click a little thing underneath it to enter, and then once the time runs up, it just randomly picks somebody that clicked the thing, and it's awesome. So make sure you join. Love the Discord.
Way easier, way fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's talk about this Mirage kayaking thing a little bit. If you don't know, this is basically in beta, and you can get beta access by joining their Discord and putting your specs and stuff in there. And really, there's not much to this game at all right now, other than it's just one level where you can free roam, or you can do like a little speed race in your kayak. The thing where this game shines is absolutely the graphics, though. I mean, this has DLSS in there. You know, you can adjust so many graphics adjustments, DLSS adjustments. I went in there and I heard that this game was pretty, and I went in there and I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. What did you think of it? Because we haven't talked a whole lot about this together yet. What did you think?
Visually, I agree. It's absolutely great. It does need a little bit of work on some of the controls, maybe some of the texture stuff, but man, I mean, to see this thing,
and it is still beta.
I mean, if this is where we're going with, you know, games, I feel like this is what we need to be, though. I feel like we need to be pushing the limits of GPUs now at this point, you know, not really trying to bring in all these, you know, no offense to everybody in chat and watching, but like, you know, 1050s and 1060s. I feel like those are becoming dated. And I know it's hard with, you know, GPU shortages and stuff, and people not being able to upgrade. But at the same time, you know, you're really not future-proofing yourself if you're making a game for something that's that far behind. So I
mean, honestly, if you're going to make a game that isn't a beautiful game, it's a Quest game nowadays. Like, put it on the Quest. I mean, the PC VR are for games like these that are just...
I know.
I mean, this game literally... I was like, I mean, to me, this is probably one of the most photorealistic games I've seen. I mean, the trees look gorgeous. They have depth to them. Like they're not just this flat. Yeah, the water reflections, the mountains.
When you see the rocks under the water and then the waves like knock that visual off perfectly, that's when it.
Yep.
That's where I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, there's fish down in the water. Honestly, when I went into here, all I could think about was merging real VR fishing and this game together, because that would be so awesome, just to be able to go where all these locations in real VR fishing. Give me a kayak. I jump in the kayak with my fishing pole. I go kayak out to a place I want to fish. Some fishing spots are better than other fishing spots. You got to find those hidden gems just like in real life. But obviously these two games have nothing to do with each other. But that's what it reminded me of, because because real VR fishing is a beautiful game as well. I mean, this is honestly on another level, but I mean, it was really cool. And I do think the physics still need a little bit of work. One thing I would really like to see is physics with your oar and the rocks and stuff on the side, where you can actually push yourself off if you get close. Like that was weird to me. Like I'm in this
things like that.
Like I'm in this beautiful environment, but I'm on the bank and I want to push myself off and it doesn't work. And I'm like, that doesn't feel right. But
the rest of it's there. Like, your kayak runs up on shore and you can feel it run up. And then I'm sitting there trying to jiggle the kayak off and stuff and hit the water to get me back. So it's there.
And when the developers originally put something out, they actually use essentially like a broomstick handle and put the controllers on each end, which I haven't done that yet, but I probably will, because I like the, peripherals that kind of add some immersion in there. So I think that's kind of cool. I did it in like a swivel chair. Actually, the Cyber Shoes chair, which I love that chair. That chair is awesome. I use that, but it's pretty cool. And maybe this is something that'll work once this is all finished in the yaw as well. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it could give you that feeling of movement in the water.
Yeah, true. And the rocking. Well, yeah, but you have to lean, so that might actually be a little counterintuitive.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not, because if you'd lean your head, then the yaw would actually lean. That might actually work pretty good. Truthfully.
Yeah, maybe. So Michael Fedler said Phantom Covert Ops is great, and that's what you mentioned.
That's what I said. I said their controls are on point for the kayak.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
For sure. But this is still, I mean, this is early beta stuff. I mean, really, this is just a visual demo at this point, proof of concept. Right. And the end goal of the game seems to be a kayaking game, where you do free roam in all these beautiful different environments. They have a lot of plans for different environments and stuff that they're going to put you in, as well as the timed races through these environments. So, and I think it was at the end, because this is the first time I ever did the timed race one, so I'm sure I could go back in and do it a little faster because I know the course a little bit better. But I think it was Jan Red or something. I think it was him that was like number 4 on the leaderboard. I was like, was he? I was like 14 or something like that. So
I think I was 20 or something.
I need to hop back in and try to do it a little faster.
And that was before I could figure out that I actually could like lean and stuff with my head, because I was just doing it with hand controls, and I'm like, oh man, I can get faster at this.
So. I don't know if I realized that either. I got to go back in there and try that too.
Right, exactly.
But
some of those top times are like 40 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it was nuts, so it should pop up right here. Yeah, Jan Red was 40.23, I think it says. He was number 4. I was 127. So I mean, but I also missed the one turn. I didn't realize I had to go to the left of that one rock, so that totally messed me up. But I mean, proof of concept, the game is gorgeous. This is what I want PCVR games to look like. I played this in the Index. I probably need to try it in the G2. But this is where PCVR shines. I mean, this is when I play a PCVR game, I want it to be gorgeous. Utilize some of these things like DLSS and stuff like that.
It just gives you the best feeling about VR, because you get to live that, and you see it for something like you couldn't go do this. Like, let's say you live somewhere and you could never go kayaking like this. You literally feel like you're doing it. Yeah. Like you get those memories because it's so realistic that
it's gorgeous.
It takes you there, man. It's so cool.
It's gorgeous. Really, and that's what has me so excited about the game is just the visuals are very, very impressive. So I'm excited to, and I saw my deltoids would be killing me after 2 to 3 hours, Michael Fedler. It is. I mean, your shoulders and stuff get sore. I mean, that is, I mean, and you could even do the broomstick thing with the controllers on there, or a designated thing that's made for that weighted on the ends, to even give you more of a feeling of.
I didn't even notice it in game, but I just saw it here. The reflection off the edge of the oar when you were holding it up and the sun hit it and it gleamed right off it for a split second.
Yep.
Like that's incredible.
Yeah, incredible graphics. I want to see more of this kind of stuff in PCVR. I love my Quest. I love playing the Quest, but goodness, it can't do this kind of stuff.
Streams.
Like this is
do on PC.
really where PCVR shines. Not a Tree said DLS is too blurry though. No. So in this game, you can adjust all the DLS settings. So sometimes it can be blurry if you have cranked up too much or whatever. Right. I don't think I showed my settings because I did play with the settings, but whatever I had it dialed to, it didn't look blurry to me. It looked really, really good. I mean, definitely very sharp and stuff, but but it's definitely.
Yep. Wouldn't you love to go off like a waterfall and dive under the water and get to see under it and pop back up and stuff? Yeah. Those are the things in VR that you couldn't go do in real life. I mean, I guess you could if you're a pro kayaker, but
Susan Cottrell. As always, $25 super chat said, "Good morning, gentlemen." So thank you.
Cheers.
Always coming through.
What are you drinking today, coffee-wise?
Yeah. What is everybody drinking? I have this one stuff my wife ordered, and I can't remember the name of it now, but it's like some organic, special coffee. Sure. I don't know, but it's really good. She bought this really big bag of it, so we've been drinking it, but it's really good. And I did see.
Speaking of, coffee's going up, man.
Yeah, I saw that. The X-Real Games developer posted that in our Discord, and I was like, man, that's the worst news I've heard in a long time. That's terrible.
I know, that's horrible, man.
I know.
So now we're gonna be called Coffee and Broke, I guess.
Yeah, right. Stupid freaking COVID messed everything up. Prices of everything are messed up. Cars, houses.
I know.
GPUs, computer stuff. I mean, it's just insane. I saw a main fan. He mentioned some DLSS stuff, and a lot of people do say it looks blurry or looked weird. And I do think that is some of it is settings. I think if you go too far, and I don't know if it's all developers make it tweakable as much as they did, but seeing him though, I just wanted to mention we got into the UFC fights last weekend in big screen, like we talked about wanting to try to do, but we did it last weekend. Main fan was in there, Death Tune, Wolf Raza's son, Philo 6, I think he's on our Discord all the time, but his name is weird to say. But we hopped in there. It was awesome to watch the UFC fights with those guys in VR, in big screen. We had this massive screen. It looked really good. Main fan was the one that set it all up. It looked awesome, and it was just it was way better than watching on TV. And it brought me back to the old days when I used to watch UFC all the time, being together with friends in a location watching together.
We used to go somewhere all the time and watch it. Yeah, I remember exactly where we used to go. Yeah.
Yep, it was awesome. So I loved it. So shout out to Main Fan for setting that all up. We had a blast.
Except they don't have all the food and stuff, so that we can't really go walk over and get food together.
Throw popcorn and tomatoes at each other and stuff in the big screen. Good point. But it was awesome. And the Conor McGregor fight was brutal. I do not like seeing broken bones, and it was. And now I can't not see it. Every time I go on Instagram or anywhere else, that's what pops up, and it's like, oh my goodness, I've seen it live. I don't need to see it anymore. It was terrible.
Right. Main Fan said Matt Sarah next, and we should. If he's not at the fight, we should try and get him in to watch it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That would be cool. It'd be awesome to hear his thoughts on it and stuff as the fights are going on live.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, because it's funny when you talk to some of those guys because they have a little bit of more the inside, information of those guys personally and how they really are and who should and shouldn't win the fight and why, and it's kind of cool. But
that's true. I mean, I know a lot of them. Like you said, they know a lot of them personally and stuff a lot of times. But Yeah. I did want to mention, and mainly because I thought this trailer was cool, so I wanted to put it on here. But Resolution Games, they secured Series C funding for $25 million, and honestly, Resolution Games is a pretty top tier developer studio. They've done a lot of different things. Their most recent absolute hit is Demio. So the fact that they're getting more of this funding and stuff, they're really going to be able to push the boundaries as well, not only in Demio and Blast On and stuff, but also I'm very excited to see the upcoming stuff that they're going to be working on. That stuff's pretty exciting. I love Demio, so hopefully this will secure lots and lots of future books of free updates. You know what I mean?
No, geez, right? I know, which they will. I mean, though, that game is so good. It's kind of a staple. I feel like now, if you're a Quest owner, I feel like you just need it. Play it, try it. If you don't like it, return it. Guaranteed, you will like it, even if it's not your kind of game.
Yep.
I know we've said that probably 100 times, but it shocked the crap out of me. I mean, when I played it, I'm like, this is not a game I'll play. We'll try it. They.
And Blast On's fun too. I mean, Angry Birds. I don't get it super into Angry Birds, but I often put kids when they want to play VR. I often put them in Angry Birds. They love it.
So. People love Akron too. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people were into that kind of game play.
Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. So
Yep.
So that's cool.
So,
I think that's cool.
The whole COVID thing and pushing stuff back. What do you think about the whole VR ears thing, man? I mean,
I'm bummed. I've been one of those things forever. I don't even know if I'm as excited as I was originally, but they were supposed to come out July this year, and well, other than before missed dates before that, but they still they missed the July date as well now.
December of 20, and then July of this year, and now we're getting pushed back to end of September,
by the end of September
31st or something, right?
Yeah.
And then the stretch goals look like they might come even later than that too, because they're saying holiday. So to me, holiday is late November, December.
Yep.
So we'll see. It's good to see that they're going to support other headsets and stuff now too, natively, with all the different clip-ons and stuff, which they kind of have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
because before they were saying
for the Quest, the original Quest.
So originally they were saying, let us know what clips you want. You know, if you want clips for a Quest 1, a Quest 2, a Rift S, whatever it is. So now the way they're doing it is like a more universal setup where there's different size silicone inserts and stuff to fit different straps and stuff like that. So that'll be good. Still excited to try these out. Bummed I'm not getting them this month, but
I know the only issue I see with it is, you know, what if there is like a Quest Pro or something come out in the meantime that has built-in audio or something, you know,
I mean, that
you don't even need it. You know, we could be moving on from it. I mean, at this point, you know, because it's been stretched out so far. I'm still excited for them, and I really want to try them. Because I constantly switch these headphones to play on my Quest 2 now. I actually bought another set of these, so I don't have to go back and forth. So I do really want some good audio solutions for it, and it might be, but we just still don't know.
I still love my engineered AF headphones. These are always on my Quest. That's still my, and I don't even know if these are going to replace those, because those already sound so good. And well, these are off ear, which would be nice, but those already sound so good. I don't have to recharge them.
You don't need it. I know.
I hate recharging.
That's true. But I'm all about good audio, though. So if I have to do that, I'm all for it, because I'm charging the headset anyways. So I leave them on, plug them in with it, no big deal. Artful says move over Quest 2, links R1 all the way.
Yep.
I agree from last show, but these might be great for that, because we don't know what the audio will be like on that yet.
Yeah, it is built-in audio, but more to come. Definitely want to tune in to next show, the next Coffee and VR. If you're at all interested in links or anything, so make sure you check into the next show.
Want to know anything about the links? Please come next week.
Yeah, for sure, come next week. So that's all we'll say about that for right now. But do you want to get into the topic that everybody wants to talk about? They've been talking about it the whole time, as well as before we even started.
Me too.
With the Steam Deck. Do you want to get into this, because this was kind of in the bigger scheme of things, this was a big announcement, whether you're into VR or not into VR.
Sure.
This was a pretty big announcement from Steam. Valve.
Yeah, they're really pushing what is loaded into this thing for price point. I mean, price is incredible for what they've got in this thing. I mean, essentially, you're buying something that is better than, a PS4 or an Xbox One, what is it, X, or S, the original one.
Yeah.
Better than that. So this is amazing in what they have in it. Our debate, is, will it support VR? I would say probably, it will support VR.
To an extent.
Viable VR, that is the ultimate question, I think, for us, because, if you want to play PC VR, you want top tier, games. You want to be playing that Half-Life Alyx. You want to be playing No Man's Sky. And we don't really know if it will. I mean, I'm sure it could. Don't get me wrong. We can turn settings down and everything, right? I mean, and run it at crap mode. And you probably could play it. You could stream this to a Quest 2 and play that off of it, because you can install Windows on this. You could do all the workarounds to do that.
Is it a viable option, though?
Is it worth it? I mean, it's a cheap price point, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's starting out at what, $399 for the 64 gig, $529 for the 256, and $649 for the 512. But the 512 is going to come with the NVMe SSD drive. That's the big bonus. South Memphis coming to Super Chat. It says hype and critical hit. So I know a lot of people are super excited about this. I think that the bigger picture is that I don't know if you're a Quest user and you're trying to get into entry-level PC VR. I don't think this is going to be the best route for you to go, because technically this is not what it is designed for. It is not designed, it is not optimized to run PC VR games. Will it do more basic things? Google Earth on low settings, stuff like that? Probably, yes. I mean, you can plug a USB-C into it. It is, for all intents and purposes, it is a PC. I mean, it is a computer. It's going to run Linux, but you can put Windows and different stuff on it.
I can't find my USB-C port though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing it and I can't find it. I keep trying to plug, my USB-C into it, and it just won't
I
go,
mean,
man.
Tyler's got it right there. He's had it for a while, actually. You've had that for a long time.
I've had it for a little bit. Yeah. But,
South Memphis again with another $4.
Cheers, man. Yeah.
That's actually the Gabe Gear version, though, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. My God. No, actually, you know what? I was curious. What game do I have in here? Oh man.
What's that? NBA Jams?
Yeah, NBA Jam.
I remember
man.
that.
Come on.
That's awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome. And the Steam Deck has cartridges. That's pretty cool. You have to blow in them.
Gotta clean that out, man. Come on.
So there's been so much hype around this thing and around VR, and a lot of people in our Discord and everything else was very excited to see what Guy Godin could do about this. And so a lot of times he's in chat. I don't know if he's going to be in chat today, but I ended up messaging him. I was just curious on his thoughts. I saw some tweets, him talking about this, and I asked him, about the possibilities of VR. Kind of hinting around if he had any plans to do anything with virtual desktop with this and stuff. And this is his response. I'm going to read his response. He said, "It's a little underpowered to play PC VR games. Think of a GTX 1050." So that's PC world. That's kind of what you're thinking about, which will run some VR stuff, but not very well. But
what I said earlier, that's old school GPU for where we're going with VR, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you could pick up a entry level gaming PC with like a 1660 or something like that, or even a 1060. That'll do VR, but maybe a little bit better, and it's upgradable. We talked about the fact that if you buy an entry level PC VR or PC for VR, it's completely upgradable. This isn't going to be upgradable, so this is what it is. Other than adding an SD card, you can take a PC, you can put a better processor, you can put a better GPU down the road. That's a true entry level PC VR. But let me finish what he said. So he said it wouldn't be able to play Half-Life Alyx on it, for example, but something more simple like Google Earth should be possible at low quality. You'll have to install Windows on it, however, as virtual desktop doesn't support Linux. Valve said users will be able to switch the OS, which is really nice. Game compatibility will be better on Windows 2 and not require emulation through Proton. And he was excited about this, but he was excited more about this in the flat gaming world. He said, "I think it makes a great portable computer to stream pancake games, however, smaller and much cheaper than a laptop." That's where this really shines.
Sure, it is. And I think for me, you got to look at the money you put into it, right? So even if you buy the cheap one, you're $400, okay? So to think if it would be VR capable, and you could, but if you want to run a wired headset, you're buying the dock because you need the display port and stuff in it. So you're going to have the money into that, which won't be available probably right away anyways. And who knows when that'll come out because it's Valve. So I just don't feel like it's viable for the money. You could put that money into a great PC in itself. And why waste it on it? Though the only benefit I do see is the portability of it. So for me, I sit in bed a lot of times at night and I'll meander on my phone researching or, playing something. So the only benefit I like is I could probably, take No Man's Sky and play it in bed. And progress through it, or I could play Assetto or something that I do play in VR. Yeah, and go back and forth and not be tied to just playing VR, because I'm not going to sit there in bed and keep the wife up and stuff with throwing stuff around. It's just
smacking her in the face while she's sleeping. Exactly. Yeah. See, when you brought that up to me, that actually aspect to me is more exciting for VR than the fact of playing VR games natively on this. That was actually like, man, that's a good idea, because No Man's Sky is one of those grind out games, but you could go in there in VR, be playing that for a couple hours, go eat dinner, you hop into bed, you pick up where you left off on this thing, because that is something that this is capable. You can go on a Steam game on your PC, and then where you leave off, you can pick up on this. And that's pretty huge. That is a big benefit. And if ever there is a possibility that Valve has something hidden in the works for this in VR, that would be another awesome aspect to be able to, be playing PC VR on your computer and then hopping in on this. And the
only hard thing would be is if it's all local saves then, though. I mean, really at that point, we kind of have to have some cloud sharing, capability too, because of saves and stuff. So I mean, there's still a lot of issues inside of that, but I feel like that might be the better route. On saved games, I don't know how that's going to work, because I'm sure it's going to save everything all locally.
Yeah.
But yeah, cloud gaming is the other one that, I did want to bring up, which would be a great alternative. It made me want to buy, what was the NVIDIA's last one? Stadia, to do some of that. And I really did want to, and I wanted to run Cyberpunk on it and play it on my TV and stuff like that. but it's just not really there yet. So
I still think this is extremely exciting for what it is and the capabilities, what it's designed for. You know, I don't know about so much as being super excited about this being the best way to get into PC VR, because I don't think that's the case. But there is a possibility that Valve has a bigger picture in this thing, because if you remember back to some of the patents that we talked about, they literally had one that was called standalone compute unit. So if you think of that in this aspect of they're going to take this and they're going to develop games specifically for VR to run off of this, similar to what a Quest does. You know, you can't take a PC VR game and shove it onto a Quest and play it. No, you take that game, it's downgraded, it's optimized to play off of the hardware that is built into the Quest. That could be something they do. They come out with another VR headset, inside out track, that plugs into a PC or plugs into this to play a version of a game that is built and optimized to run on this. That could be something they have.
But are we going to be just left with like the Nintendo Switch VR Labo stuff at that point? Like, are we going to be downscaled so much that it's not really enjoyable?
Well, you know what I mean? I think they could, what Quest could do, I think they could potentially do something similar with this, but I don't know that that's the avenue they're going to go, because I feel like that's, again, kind of making it more difficult, more of a barrier to get into like a mobile, because this would be more of like a mobile kind of VR. But then you're having to buy this as well as a headset instead of just doing, you know, a standalone headset that you don't need anything external. My hope is that Valve is still working on a headset, an Index 2 or whatever it may be, that will do both, you know, that it will do a standalone built-in mode as well as plugging into a PC. The problem is that Oculus has this huge library of games that already work on the Quest. You know, these things are going to have to be optimized and tweaked even from the Quest version to run on something like this. So if that is the plan, then they're going to have a catalog of games that's already ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean,
I think we could see a headset for it. I mean, we've been crying about some stuff like that, you know, for a while. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't feel like this. I mean, in an interview with some of the Valve people, they even said, would VR be possible on this? And they said, yes, like low end, you know, but it is not made for that. It is not optimized for that. Like,
Valve doesn't really go back with stuff, right? I mean, when they release a headset or a game, they want top tier. They want future proofing. They want, you know, for what this is, it is very top tier. I mean, you're talking console, like low end console based on a full-fledged, all-in-one screen, gaming, everything. I think it's great. But to say they're going to release then a VR headset that works off something but only barely can do VR, I don't feel like that is a path that they would take.
Yeah.
I would love to be proved wrong. I think it would be a great concept to have an add-on peripheral for just a headset for it. I think that would be awesome. I just don't know if I see it happening.
I mean, I really just want to see what Valve is working on in the VR realm. I'm sure they're still working on stuff. You know, I saw Not a Tree said Valve working on HL3 VR. I bet my Doge on it. You know, I don't think they're done with VR. We've seen too many patents and stuff. Like, I'm definitely excited. I just want to see it. You know, and this is exciting. Like, I think the Steam Deck is going to be awesome. I know tons of people have pre-ordered them. You know, because there's a lot of people that do VR gaming that as well do flat gaming. You know, and I don't do a ton of that anymore. I mean, I'm looking forward to Forza, the new Forza Horizon game, the new Test Drive Unlimited game, stuff like that. I may go into some flat gaming for some of that stuff because I love that, and I can't play it in VR. But but that, I mean, it is still exciting. It's still exciting. I don't know that this is like a huge thing for VR, other than your idea of being able to hop in a VR game like No Man's Sky and then pick back up, you know, grind out some just laying in bed on this device. That's cool. You know, that's cool.
That's the one reason I would probably pick it up.
Yeah, and that's only going to be possible, just to be clear, you know, for anybody just getting into VR, that's only going to be possible for games that are on Steam that do both flat version and VR version. You know, that you can't just take any VR game and then pick up, you know, just in case anybody's just getting into VR that didn't realize that. But
well, and a lot of people are looking at this as like, okay, I bought a Quest 2 and I want to do PC gaming, right? So I want this as a cheap entry point to not have to buy a PC and go through all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that probably would be possible, but it's going to be on the low end scale.
Yeah, it's gonna
gonna
take a big hit in performance. I mean, we've had a 1060, you know, that we used to game on, and that was, good enough back then, but for nowadays, performance wise and stuff, and somebody mentioned something about how can you compare it to a 1050 earlier, and it's very difficult to compare what this architecture is and what this is to a conventional.
Different. I know it's tough.
That's just kind of a thing to throw out there, but it is hard to directly compare it with any kind of PC GPU, at least as far as my brain
even if you're judging it on teraflops and all that stuff. It running on a different framework, it's different. So yeah, it is tough, but it'll still be a beast of a handheld console. I mean, that's why I would want it. So
yeah, it's gonna be cool for that.
I don't know.
I mean, it looks like
you can see with the dock and stuff and putting it on PC and all that. I mean, that's great. But
yeah, for sure. It seems like the pre-orders and stuff have gone pretty quick. They had some issues where people were trying to get in and they couldn't get it ordered. So I think a lot of people are showing like 2022 now. And let us know if you did order one of these, what your thoughts around it and what you're excited about, because I think this is awesome. But Rizzle Rock, 7.5K followers, only 2.5K left with a bearded Tyler on there.
Oh, come on. I know. I heard everybody chanting for your beard.
I know. It's
or
crazy.
the death of your beard, maybe. I don't know.
I do kind of miss it at times, but it's kind of nice to feel the breeze on your face, when you're outside and stuff. In a hot summer, it's not as hot. But I have nothing to play with anymore.
So one more point on this too, Valve's jamming all this tech into this size of a console. They have all the technology to be running standalone VR essentially. I mean, they have the index to the shape, the tech in that, the headset itself. They have the processing power to be doing a standalone. I mean, this could have been released in a standalone headset for all that we know. And that could still be in the pipeline. And I truly hope it is, because I feel like they're the only ones that could come up with a viable market to have enough games to compete with Oculus right now.
They got enough money. They do. I mean, that's one of the biggest things to compete with Facebook is the money. And
just like this, being able to sell it at a cheap price point, because they're eating a little bit of that cost in the beginning because they can. They have the financial backing to do that. And that's huge.
That's the hard part.
It is. Yeah.
I would just
think if you wrap this up in a headset and dropped it for $399 as well, there's a direct competitor to a Quest right there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what somebody needs to do. I'm still excited, very excited about the Lynx. The Lynx R1. I'm very excited about that. That is I got a lot of hope in that headset coming up. But I would like to just take Sparhawk's comment and just everybody shout it from the rooftop. He said, Xbox should make the Forza game support VR like they did Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would love that, because I love Forza Horizon so much. That's like my all-time favorite car game, because I'm not as much of a simulator guy. I like to free roam. I like to cruise this huge island, like customization and stuff.
Did you see Test Drive Unlimited?
Yeah,
I sent you that, didn't I?
Yeah, that was really good.
What's it called? Shoot, I can't think of it. Something Crown. That looks awesome too.
Yeah, we used to play the old Test Drive Unlimited, a couple of those that were like open world island ones.
The second one, the first one, the second one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a ton of fun on that. So Artful said pre-orders have gone through the roof. Yes, current dates are Q3 2022. So I didn't place a pre-order. Did you end up getting a pre-order? I know you were on the fence about it.
I know I was. I didn't, just because I feel like I don't know. I won't use it enough to probably make it worth it. It would only be sitting in bed, but then I think about it and I'm like, well, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, if I could probably walk out and buy it in a store for that price right now, I probably would.
That would be a hard thing and not to.
But it's hard because you sit here and wait on all this Valve stuff. You put a pre-order in and then it's wait. The index was the same way.
We have the whole chip shortage thing, so it's like there's only limited so many numbers of all these things they can build right now. Everybody's limited to some extent when it comes to that. So that pushes things back too, and like you said about being able to go to the store, I ended up, I think it was after last show, right? I ended up ordering the B Haptics Fest. I don't remember if it was before or after last show. So I ended up ordering the B Haptics X40 and somebody made a comment about it is like, man, I would love to just be able to go to a store and look at one, try one or whatever. And I was like, yeah, if I would have been able to go to Best Buy months ago and see this thing, touch it, feel it, maybe even try it, I would have bought it a long time ago. Like there is power in that, which I think the world is kind of getting away from that in a sense because it's all online order stuff, but man, there's something powerful about being able to see something and walk out with it that day. You know what I mean?
Can we just have a demo day? Can we do a demo day?
That'd be sweet.
Like
Tony Digital. We might be able to with that super chat. $50. He said, in a giving mood, just picked up the Series X and PS5 from Best Buy. I reserved the high-end Steam Deck. Can't wait. That is awesome. How do you have any money left?
Oh man.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
I still can't get a PS5. I still watch every once in a while. I need to check Best Buy. by, see if there's a pre-order available or an order available now. But Sony Digital, thank you.
Now for Forza, it's like, but I'll probably play it on PC now. Yeah, because I want to play it in the yaw. So that's kind of my goal.
For sure. Thank you though for that.
I just downloaded Forza Horizon 4 too. Just because I bought it on Xbox digital, and then I got to download it for free on PC. So I'll be using that too. So
good stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Steam Deck, awesome news. It's still really good news. We also got a lot of news from the Elgato. Elgato released a whole bunch of stuff, which I really want that Elgato face cam. I was telling Tyler that new webcam they got, that thing's pretty nice. I kind of want to get my hands on that. Again, I can't go to Best Buy and buy it.
You have so many camera things as it is. It's like we have stock of like camera stuff and gear.
But like
a
lot of times, like right now, I'm just using the C920, which works good enough, but it's kind of a pain. It doesn't save the settings all the time, where that face cam will save all the settings on the camera itself. You can swap between computers. That thing's pretty sick.
DSLR, man.
And I have one of those. I have a Cam Link, but I use it for other things, so I hate having to switch it back and forth all the time. That's my thing. But did you put the DecaMove giveaway in the description? The link?
Oh, you know what? I might have taken that one out.
Come on. Actually, it wasn't even the last one because I set it up after the last one, so we got to get that added in there.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it was after the last show. So, if you don't know what these are essentially a little tracker that you put on your belt clip, and in first-person games where you're walking around, the game will actually track your hip placement instead of your hand or your head. Yeah. So what happens a lot of times in games, you're either, because there's no tracked point of your hips inside VR at this point without something like this or the phone app. So what it does is when you're walking, it bases your forward direction off your head. So if you're looking around, you start to steer off that direction. If it's using hands and you point at something or go to pick something up, it starts to pull you towards that direction. Not a realistic way to move. We move in the real world by the direction that our hips are based off of. So this thing is really cool.
This company could be another big competitor too, man.
Yeah, really can be. Gear, Mega Dodo Games. So Michael Fedler, thank you, $5 super chat. He said, you guys should be getting all of these items free and weeks before the release. Come on, you guys are the best source for VR and gaming. We do get some things. Most of the things, honestly, we pay for and we buy. We bought and paid for the y'all. Even most of the games, Township, Tale, they did send us key for that, but I bought that. Sent Tyler that key they sent, and then I bought it, and then we buy it to give away. We buy a lot of the stuff. I mean, if they contact us and they want to send it to us, that's cool, but we don't like being like, hey, you need to send us this.
And I think our problem is a lot of times too, I don't want that, because we have been completely unbiased with everything, even stuff that's given to us. We're completely unbiased about it. So I don't ever want to be wavered in the fact of like, they gave it to us, we need to be nice about it and stuff. It's like, no, we're going to be honest, and we'll contact them first and say, here's our gripes about it, and whether they take it or leave it, that's up to them.
And sometimes people get mad. We've had people get mad at us in the past because we didn't say positive things about whatever it was. And I mean, that's the nature of the beast. It's going to happen. I mean, you can't please everybody, but I don't want to lie about stuff either. I mean, and again, there's some things that we really like that maybe other people don't. That stuff just happens. But yeah, so these here, the DecaMove, these ones were actually, so we didn't purchase these giveaway ones. They actually offered to give 2 of these away to the viewers. So they said, they offered us. Set up a giveaway, however you want to do it. You can give 2 of them away. So these, once this Gleam is over, these will be directly shipped from them. So it may take a little bit longer than it would if we were shipping them out. But yeah, so I mean, I thought that was awesome of them to do that. It is a great device. I mean, and they also have a free phone app if you want to try that as well, which they give away for free, which is pretty cool.
And we even get companies that say, what do you guys want for reviewing this or that and that. And we're like, no, we just give us some stuff to give away or whatever.
Yeah, that's usually we don't take money. We've never been paid from anybody. We just if they want to pay something, we just ask for that to give away, and that way we can give it away to you guys. Exactly. Also, we have in the, I don't know if that's still in the, well, I guess it ended now, but the Memory Engine, this is a signed copy. This giveaway ended. It's a Gleam giveaway, and I haven't heard back from the winner yet. So they still have a little bit of time before I have to redraw. So make sure you check your emails, your spam folders. I hate when somebody doesn't respond, because then I feel terrible redrawing, giving away to somebody else, and then being like, oh yeah, 4 days later or 2 weeks later, they respond, and I'm like, oh. That make sure you check your emails. I might have to redraw that coming up here pretty soon. But
that sucks. Check your spam, man.
Yeah, it really does. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Even when we gave away the Quest 2, that happened, and I had to redraw, and I felt terrible. Luckily, the person, whoever won originally, never saw it because I never got an email. So that's a good thing, I guess.
As chat goes silent as everyone's checking their spam folder inboxes and stuff.
Right. And we do have 2 more of those to give away in the future as well. Those are signed copies that were sent to by Gary and orchestrated by Fluke, and awesome. Yeah, I'm not giving mine away either.
Mine.
Rizzle Rock, $25 super chat, said, because the boys are generous, give stuff away, and self-fund this whole channel. So we try to. I mean, honestly, but it is very much a thank you to everybody that does super chats and all. I mean, that is where a lot of the funds come through that help us, do some of these giveaways. It's funny because, what's his actual name? So somebody emailed me about... Oh, it's Michael Fedler. Okay, that's who. I didn't recognize the name of the email, but I saw his name in there. But he emailed us talking about the Varjo headset, and if we've talked about that and stuff. And we have talked about it a little bit in the past. It is basically a super high resolution headset, but it comes at a very premium cost, And he said, you guys should just order one. It's all write off anyways. And I don't know if we're quite to that level yet to buy, a $3,000-$4,000 headset. That's for sure. That's a little too rich for our blood. The Y'all VR.
It's not really consumer either. I think a lot of things we tailor to are consumer. I mean, we are consumers. I mean, we buy all this stuff. So if it's not really viable for us to buy, it's kind of a tech demo.
Yeah, I would love to try it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
so would I.
Looks incredible. 100%. Yeah, it looks incredible. I would love to try, and hopefully that's where consumer VR eventually starts going. More human resolution headsets and stuff like that. I'm sure it will eventually, but yeah. Oh, Fluke Rogi posted the DecaMove giveaway link, so that's good. So,
he did? Okay, I was just trying to grab that.
Yeah, so we'll add it into the description afterwards if you're watching the show afterwards.
I'll add it right
now. So
working on it.
Good stuff. I knew you were up to something. I knew you were doing something.
I know. That's how it always goes. There's always something.
Also, I wanted to mention this weekend, Jetborne Racing is a free weekend. Oh, I forgot to grab that other trailer you told me. But anyways, Jetborne Racing, we talked about that in the past. This is a free-to-play weekend on Steam, so make sure you get in there, download that to try out free for this weekend. I love when they do that kind of stuff because it's like a demo, but you get to try it out, and then you get to decide, hey, this is something I want to spend my money on after this free weekend is over, or no, I think I won't play it anymore. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. But
true. So did you get the other free one that I wanted to show?
I forgot to grab the trailer.
Oh, come on, man.
It was last minute. You can't put this stuff on me last minute.
Sure it was. But Abduction, please do yourself a favor. It's in the description. Go grab Abduction. Play it if you have a PC VR headset. It's an incredible puzzle game, man. It's really, really good. By Scion.
But that's Epic. Is that Epic Store? Where is that at?
Epic Store. Yeah, the link is to Epic Store.
To Epic Store.
Yep. Really, really great game. Awesome game. I mean, great story. Lots of gameplay. I think it's like 10 hours or maybe. I forget what they gauge it at, but great game. Highly recommend it. Yep. Definitely play it. So visually, it looks really good.
Completely free on Epic Store. And Epic Store gives stuff away
this weekend.
For a lot of time. But I gotta admit, I haven't installed Epic Store. That's just one more thing I don't want to have to deal with. I know you get a lot of free stuff through there, but I hate to have another thing like that. You already got Oculus and Steam and everything else. It's like, I don't want to deal with another one.
I know it is. It's never ending. That's how it goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
But
please play it. Do it this weekend. I think it's till the 25th, if I'm not mistaken, is when it's good till. But so you got a couple days still.
So that and Jetborne Racing, there's definitely some free stuff to play this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So. There's a lot of great free games, man. App Lab and the Side Quest have some really great games on right now too. It's crazy the amount of games that are coming out. Just stuff you don't even hear about. Not all the mainstream stuff. That's really good right now.
That's true. And don't forget to pre-order the Yuki game on the Quest too, or on the Oculus Store, because I actually forgot to pre-order a Township Tale, and I meant to pre-order and I forgot, but luckily it disappeared on the store. But like the day that you got the early release for it, and I was able to search it and still buy it at the discounted price with the add-on stuff for the pre-order. So I was like, sweet, because I was totally bummed that I forgot, but I was able to still get in early, and I was still able to get that discounted rate. So that was cool. But I did go ahead and pre-order Yuki this morning because I didn't want that to happen again, because you get like 2 days access to it earlier and a cheaper price. So I made sure that I went in there and pre-ordered that. So, and Arthur Knox, another super chat.
Cheers, man.
Thank you for another super chat.
Neil Lee says, can Abduction on Epic VR? But I'm thinking, is he wondering if it's VR? But yes, it is definitely VR.
I think that's what it means.
It's great game in VR. Visually, it looks incredible.
Paul P. Jr. said 140 games on Epic, all free. Is there really that many games that are free on Epic?
That's crazy.
That's nuts. I did not realize that. Yeah, because Rodale's Avetno said I got 140 games for free by now. Epic is great. So dang, that's insane. Maybe I just need to do it. Insane. I just need to get it. I don't know. I hold off on things like that a lot of times, and then I finally do it, and I'm like, man, why didn't I do this earlier? You know what I mean?
Honestly, Obduction itself is worth the effort just to go through it to do it. Yeah, it really is. I'm telling you, if you like puzzle games.
I'm kind of suck at puzzle games, but
oh, come on,
dude, Myst is like the hardest game I've ever played in my life in VR. It's so hard. It's so hard. I'm so terrible at it. My brain just, I don't know, doesn't have the capacity. No, Arthur Knox said, have you all seen the Assassin's Creed movie? I have not. I have not seen that. I don't watch that many movies anymore, really. I don't know. But yeah, everybody's saying Rizzle Rock said Epic is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wolf Raza. Go ahead.
I watched Ready Player One this week with the nephew.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yep, because he got a Quest 2, so I'm like, all right, we're watching this. Nice. You know, like
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great movie. So Wolf Raza said, I'm scared of all the new AAA titles coming down the pipe. They need to hire real VR devs. Medal of Honor and Sniper Launch hopefully taught them something. I can't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I went back into Sniper Elite.
VR devs, man.
Yeah, I went back into Sniper Elite this past week, and I still enjoy the game, and I just can't. Every time I walk away from it, I just think it feels clunky. It feels clunky. That is my biggest.
Like. We need those games that where you walk away and you're just like, I want to get back in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've had a bunch of those games, but not lately. And I want a game that draws me back in constantly. So.
And Sniper Elite's good. I mean, I felt a little bit of that. Like I wanted to get back into it some this past week, but every time I kind of go back into it, I leave a little bit feeling disappointed. Like, man, that could have been so much better. That's my thought. And the previous show, a show back or whatever, we totally broke down a lot more of our thoughts on that if you missed it. But and Arthur Knox, he just sent a super chat after we saw the question above, but he sent another $5 super chat. He said, have you all seen the Assassin's Creed movie yet? Cheers, maybe I need to watch it if that's worth sending a super chat through for. Right. Maybe I do need to watch that. I don't know if my wife would like that. She might. Is it
Rizzle said, got Ready Player One. I don't know.
Where can I watch it at? Where can I watch it?
I don't know. Oh. On TV? On a monitor?
Well, I know that, but I mean, like, is there like a streaming service or can I buy it somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Rizzle said, got Ready Player One on 4K. Can't wait to watch it on my 4K projector. I should do that for the allotment. I want a projector so bad. That'd be a great excuse.
We got one that wasn't real expensive off Amazon. It actually works really good. And the reason we bought it is because when family was here, we actually put a big thing up and watched movies in the pool, which was really pretty fun. So that was pretty fun to do. But I still want to watch Ready Player One in 3D inside big screen. That's what I still want to do. I still have not done that yet.
True.
That movie in 3D in big screen, not like the 3D you get in a real movie theater. Big screen 3D. That would be really cool.
True.
But I don't have it in 3D, so somebody would have to screen it. But somebody asked if there are VR movies. Not really, but there's kind of films that are VR films, and they're starting to get more popular. There's actually what was the latest one? The one that just came out week before last. Madrid Noir. So there's films that are actually animated films inside VR, which are really, really cool. And we're actually hopefully going to be having a discussion with them coming up pretty soon on, the back end story of kind of some of that and how that works and the future of that kind of storytelling in VR, because I think there is some powerful things that can be done with that kind of stuff. I think VR needs to get more into the movie scene, a full length, real world movie shot in 3D or 180 3D, kind of VR. I think there is a future for that. And I would love to see that kind of stuff come down the pipe.
I do too. I just don't think it's mainstream enough yet to see, big production companies doing it and stuff, unless they want to be on the bleeding edge, then maybe so. But
and PD said the best VR movie in 3D is Avatar, which I haven't seen that, but I've I've watched a lot of the 3D video trailer stuff in big screen, and it looks so good. It looks awesome.
It does. Yeah. It's real, depth. It's true depth because it's stereoscopic.
Yeah.
So
Henry too. Yeah, that was one of the early ones, the Henry film stuff, and that stuff is really cool. It really is.
That's true.
So
yeah. Assassin's Creed is a VR movie. Oh, so it is.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's in VR. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wait.
Nice.
No, it's in VR?
Yeah,
maybe I have no idea what this is.
Yeah,
I need more information. Because I don't know. I feel like he's talked about it before in the past, and I never looked into it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna make a note of that.
That could have some amazing depth in it too.
Yeah, I gotta check this out.
Jumping off buildings and stuff. Ooh, yeah.
That would right? It's good stuff. Man, yeah. Such good stuff.
Yeah.
VR. Oh no. experience as a companion to the upcoming big budget film Assassin's Creed. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man. Yeah. Even if it's only like a 5 or 10 minute thing, stuff like that is incredible sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the Assassin's Creed, the actual movie, I don't think is out yet. So I thought maybe it was. I don't think.
Oh, DLG27 said Prime Video has some VR content.
Really?
Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Huh. Well, that's cool.
That's pretty sweet. But yeah, I love big screen 3D movies. I want to get some UFC fights in big screen in 3D. That would be sweet.
Yeah, like we
somebody
said,
gets punched and sweat flies past you. Like,
yep. Oh, geez,
like you gotta dodge it out of the way because you don't want to land on you. It's good stuff. Good stuff. What else you got in your notes? Is that it? I think we're.
That's it that I got.
Yeah. Not a lot of huge VR news. The biggest stuff this week really was the Steam Deck stuff. I mean, that stuff is blowing up, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Maybe.
Honestly, I can't stop thinking now about the yaw and how close we are to actually getting that. And hopefully, as long as they release on their scheduled time, it's late September. Hopefully, that's not that far away at this point. So. I'm really excited for that, and I keep anticipating, all these racing games. Now we've got American Truck Simulator, which I think will be awesome to try in it. I'm really excited. I really am. I can't wait. And I keep kind of like holding back on all the racing sim stuff right now, kind of like waiting on that. I don't know if that's good or bad, but probably bad. I'll lose my skills.
So Anakaze just said there is a Prime Video VR app on the Oculus Store, and I just checked, and I have it, but I didn't install it on my headset, so I had just hit install on headset right now on my phone. So
that's a good idea.
I'm gonna check that out. But
stuff. Seriously.
Yeah, for sure. But there's also free UFC fights tonight on ESPN Plus. Misha Tate's fighting tonight, I think. So
nice.
I can't wait to. I'll probably try to check that out if I can stay up that late. That was my biggest struggle last weekend, was trying to stay up that late and watch it, but it was worth it. We had a ton of fun watching it in big screen. It was really awesome. So, but yeah,
a great way to hang out. Too.
Yeah. So make sure. Good.
Yeah, I was just going to say, make sure to stick around for next week's comeback, please, on Saturday. Lots of good info. We should have lots of good info.
Should be really good. Should be a really fun episode. And make sure you sign up for the Gleam giveaways in the description or whatever. We might need to add one in there. I don't know if you got it in. But also join the Discord. Like the Discord community is awesome. I love all day long, even at work. I'm often checking to see what people are talking about in there and weighing in a little bit. Great community. So if you haven't joined the Discord already, make sure you do that. So, yeah.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We definitely appreciate everybody hanging out. All the super chats. That one still up top. Tony Digital still said top or $50 up there.
And before we go too, comment later if you're watching this later, now, whenever, if and why you bought the Steam Deck, because I want to know the reasons why you bought it if you did.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. Is it just for flat gaming? It's got to be, right?
I think most people are going to buy that for that reason. I don't think there's too many people buying it just for trying to play VR hooked into it. I don't think so.
Right. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Artful said, will we know the price by Sunday? Maybe. Well, we know a rough price, but we may know the actual price. Right. We don't even know what all we're going to find out for sure yet. So, but it'll be a good episode. Make sure you tune in for that.
Super excited though. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely excited.
Yeah, one of the most exciting headsets, I think, for me for a long time, for years coming, I think.
Yeah, we've been following it for a long time, as long as they've been working on it. So, and Liz said, smash that. He said the like button is fixed. Everyone smash it.
Oh, good.
Finally, somebody fixed the like button. That's good.
All right, good.
That's awesome. Ray Holder said, thanks guys, good stream. But thank you to everybody in the chat and stuff today. Definitely. This is the highlight of our week. Guys. We say it all the time. We love it. We love just hanging out with everybody every Saturday morning. So thanks for. It'd be no fun if we were just talking to the two of us. We did that for years. And
we've done it for years, man. Yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, get out of here. Come on. All right, I'm leaving.
All right, later. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you in VR. See you in Discord. We'll catch you later. See you next week.
I got into VR in 2016. That was when we first, we got the Rift.
Howdy.
Hey, it worked.
There he is. How about
Perfect.
That? Hey.
We're lucky to be here. I will admit that. My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and we were definitely up late playing some VR last night.
Yeah. Yeah,
hole is bigger.
that's what I was thinking.
It's not always better.
Let's keep it PG, boys.
I mean, right? We don't know like how much
Right,
sound
no,
is
I
coming
agree.
out of it.
It's true.
Right.
Is there more sound coming out of it? We don't know.
Yeah.